This is one of the smoothest running 1.6s I've ever driven. Welcome back to the Leroy Engineering YouTube channel. We're continuing our series of street cars that we're reviewing. What we have here today is a friend of ours, one of our customers' cars, who was kind enough to lend it to us to show off. This is a 1990 1.6 NA that he has done a phenomenal job of cleaning and making beautiful. He owns a detail shop, so all of the stuff that he has is very, very clean. He built this car for show and tell purposes for his company. So everything about this car is about the cosmetics of it. The stance, the interior, the wheels, everything is very tastefully done. And it's a really cool looking car. So this is a 1990 with only 64,000 original miles on it. So it's really young. And this is probably the smoothest 1.6 that we've had in here. That wasn't a rebuilt motor. It just purrs. So what we know about the car, it's sitting on some Flying Miata VMAX coilovers. It's got the slotted and drilled rotors. It's got the red brake calipers. Up front, we did install a LED halo headlights and smoked turn signal covers. There's a really cool third brake light that is programmable, and we have set it up for it to blink a couple of times when you hit the brakes. It's always nice when you're driving something this small to feel like people, to give something that for people to see you with. So I like having that extra third little blink in there, just as a wake up that the big F-250 behind you is not going to run you over. We did our standard sub box in this car, but one thing that was new on this one is he wanted the box to be covered with fabric that looked exactly like the floor. So he didn't want to do the leather, the quilted leather, because that's been done to death. So there's a couple challenges with that. Standard fabric, if you're trying to cut or drill it, which is what we have to do to mount the speakers through it, pulls and rips very, very easily. So the solution to that was to laser cut holes in it that fit the speakers, and then build these really cool little plastic speaker surrounds to fill in the void. So it's got I can't remember what brand exhaust is on this thing, but it's got a very deep, rich tone to it. So it's a little bit loud, but that's kind of what you want on a show car because it draws a lot of attention. He's got these really cool aftermarket mirrors on here with the carbon fiber surround. So it's a really low mile car. I think it has 65,000 miles on it, all original. It's one of the cleanest, all original engine bays we've seen. Just a super, super nice car, very well cared for. And I like that some of the subtle touches, like we powder coated this roll bar form in gloss black instead of like the flat black that everyone else has. So it just stands out and looks really cool at the car shows. So when you go to build a car, you need to define what the car is being built for. And I've discovered that it's best if you're not mixing and matching. It's really hard to make a one-size-fits-all car. So if it's a track car, build it to be the best track car. If it's a cruiser, build it to be the best cruiser. In this case, it's a show car, so it's all about the look and the cosmetic and the stance. All around a really beautiful NA that's in phenomenal condition, and just a really cool car to see. So let's go take it out on the road and get some beauty shots and show you what it's like to drive. Good audio. If not, we'll put in subtitles. So fun show car, and it is so beautiful to look at. And this does come to a lot of our car shows. So if you guys want to see this in person, come out to one of our Miata meets, and you'll see it there for sure. So catch you guys next time.